Mr Deputy Speaker.
I call the member for Oodgeroo.
Mr Deputy Speaker, local Redlanders continue to voice their concerns about youth crime in Cleveland and the Redlands coast and call for more resources from state government to combat it. The death of Matthew Field and Kate Ledbetter and baby Miles on Australia Day 2021 was a tragedy that rocked the Redlands coast community. A repeat offending youth stole a car and with it killed 3 innocent people, stealing their lives from them and leaving behind shattered parents, grandparents, other family members and friends. Mr Deputy Speaker, sadly the government's response to this and other tragic incidences has been far from adequate. In the current system, under this government's management, offenders are still able to walk the streets after breaching bail or parole conditions. Young offenders are exploiting these flaws in the system and in what has been described as a revolving door policy attitude to juvenile crime in Queensland. The government's approach does not meet community expectations, and the government must do more to protect innocent Redlands locals from recidivist youth offenders. Sadly, there's not a week goes by without local reports of youth offending in the Redlands. Break-and-enters, car thefts, hooning and antisocial behaviour, among other crimes, in Raby Bay, Cleveland Point and Wellington Point and elsewhere. They seem to be on the increase despite the hard work of our local police, who do an excellent job. Breakouts of hooning and antisocial behaviour have occurred in certain hotspots in recent times again. Wellington Point Reserve has been abused over many years by young hoons who have no regard for local residents. Speeding up to Cleveland Point and hooning and antisocial behaviour in the VMR car park is not on. On the 9th of August, I attended a public meeting at the VMR Raby Bay, Cleveland, of deeply concerned local community reps, Councillor Peter Mitchell and Redland City Council officers, and Police Senior Sergeant Michael Moria, OIC at Cleveland Station. It was a constructive conversation about the issues and possible solutions locally. And I want to thank Councillor Peter Mitchell for pulling things together and for his tireless work on behalf of local residents, and Senior Sergeant Moria for his time and commitment to policing in our community. I want to be clear to all those who participated and to all residents in areas impacted by hooning and young loudish behaviour that despite the limited resources from state government, I'll continue to work with police, the council and locals to do all we can to combat youth criminal behaviour and to deal with those repeat youth offenders. Can I also take a moment to thank all those who have contacted my office to express their concerns and who help us and the police to keep our community safe. The Redlands community expects this government to do more to keep them safe and to deal strongly with repeat youth offenders.
Thank you. Before I call the next